Welcome to social media. I am your host, Shernay. And if you have not clicked like and subscribe, do it now. To what is going on and what happened in the Uvalde school massacre. So, 11-year-old Maya has given a few interviews since the incident. She is one of the few survivors of the Uvalde massacre, and she has told and shared her story. Many people have not heard it, and you are hearing it first here. This gives an insight as a survivor as to what was going on inside of the school during the shooting. And I believe that society needs to take a close look at her story of what she experienced firsthand. So 11-year-old Maya explains that her teacher was on the computer and received an email saying that there was a mass shooter in the building. She proceeds to immediately get up from her desk, go to the door to try to lock the door, of course. And in the process of locking the door, closing and locking the door, she sees the shooter and they lock eyes. This is Maya's recount of what happened. And when the teacher locked eyes with the shooter proceeded to shoot the window out. So when he shot the window out, he proceeded to enter the classroom. She says when he entered the classroom, he looked at the teacher and told her good night, and then proceeded to shoot her. Now, once he killed the teacher, along with shooting other people in the classroom, many people are wondering, how did Maya survive? How was it that he didn't know she was shot? How did she get away? Well, what happened was, essentially, in a way, she didn't. When he shot at everyone in the classroom, glass ricochets of the bullet grazed her back, hit the back of her head, and she received ricochets of the bullet in her back, all along her backside, her head, and she was hit by the ricochet of the bullet. This caused her to, she then noticed that the shooter proceeded to go from the room she was in to a conjoining room to the other classroom. So when he went to the other classroom, she then heard panic. She heard yelling and screaming and the sound of people being shot. She then says that she then decided in that moment that it was time for her to have survival skills, just in case he came back into the adjoining classroom to make sure he shot and killed everyone. She noticed her friend laying there in a pool of blood, and she placed her hand and her body in the blood and got blood all over her so that it looked as if she were dead. So if he came back, she could play dead and hopefully make it through the ordeal. She proceeded to go to her teacher, and she knew her teacher had a cell phone on her, one of her teachers, and she got their phone and called 911. She proceeded to tell 911 that she needed help, repeatedly repeating the same statement over and over and over again. And then after that, she says that in the process of this going on, she heard music. So the reporter asked her, what music did you hear? And she was like, deathly sounding music. He started playing music, and she allegedly believes that it was the shooter playing music that referred to killing people. And then he continued to shoot and kill people. And in the process of her asking for help repeatedly, she was thinking and under the impression that the police were not aware and were on their way. She told her mom that she felt like she was there for 3 hours, laying and playing dead in the whole ordeal, 3 hours. Her mom was like, it probably felt like 3 hours, but it was really just an hour. So the police allegedly the whole time were outside and not coming in. And the reporter said that allegedly when she found this out, Maya, she began to cry emotionally at the thought that, and make a repeated statement of, well, why didn't they help us? Why didn't they save us? So this is crazy, but I do think that it is a warning. It is something that we can learn and take from this. Number one, why didn't the police go ahead and enter the building and save them? Number two, now Maya's Welcome back. So Maya's mom is saying that she definitely is going to need extensive counseling as she continues to see, when she closes her eyes allegedly, dead bodies. This is very emotional and her parents are taking it very serious. They know that she's going to need a lot of counseling. So they have set up a GoFundMe page. Now the community has backed and supported the Uvalde community with financial support, and they have showed up to show that we are uniting. Over $3 million has already been donated, if not more. $2 million alone to the Garcias, and that was the teacher that was shot. So the question becomes, why should the community alone support the Uvalde shooting solely? The police definitely need to pay for this young lady's counseling, if you ask me, because at the end of the day, they sat outside while she was inside being a hero, while she was inside climbing over bodies to get to her teacher, to call the police that were already outside. Why call for help when help is there? They should have been going in, doing everything that they have been trained to do to protect the lives of these children and their teachers and faculty and staff. So I'm sure that there's going to be some type of lawsuit involved with these families, but it is sad that this is the recourse that they've had to go to. It should never, ever have gotten to this point. So just share your comments, your thoughts, and thank you for watching. My prayers go out to everyone, everyone's loved ones, everyone's children who were lost in this tragedy. I too am a mom and my kids are in school, so no one wants to send their kids to school and feel like they're risking their children's lives. There has to be a solution to this issue. There has to be some resolve, and I don't know if that is metal detectors. I've heard it all. I've heard gun laws, and I've heard even President Biden mention that he feels that the ban on guns and weapons was there when it was there. Mass shootings were down, and then when the gun laws were loosened, that's when it changed. So there needs to be legislation in place, and I have a feeling that legislation will come soon. No, gun laws do not fix all the issues, but they definitely help, as Biden mentioned. So we will definitely see, especially when it comes to machine guns and guns that kill a huge amount of people. We're not talking about a handgun. We're not talking about a standard weapon. We're talking about machine guns. We're talking about the access to it, the fact that it is easier to get that than a driver's license. That's concerning in our country. Again, my prayers go out to the Uvalde community, the school, the faculty, the staff, the family members, the loved ones of these children, and I pray that we see change.